What's going on, guys? Welcome to Brickfair Fredericksburg 2025. So here we got my display. Got quite a lot going on. So this year I've broken up into different eras. So like the first one, we got the 22nd century. And pretty much all the ships from Enterprise. And then we move on to 23rd century. So we got, a lot of the original series. And then we go into like some of the movie era. Here I'll be playing a video of some of my animations. And I kind of just squeeze this in here. 21st century, we got the International Space Station, Enterprise aircraft carrier, we got the space shuttle. And then pretty much all of this is 24th century. On the bottom row, we got all of different races, mostly Klingon. We get into some Cardassian, Romulan, some Ferengi. And up above, we've got just all Federation. We move into like the Wolf 359 ships. We got the Enterprise C, Nebula D, a lot of the Kit Bash ships. Move on into some of the First Contact ships and ships from games, and then we got 25th century and then 29th century ships. Over here we got some of the other to scale series franchises. We got the Andromeda, Yamato, Jupiter 2. We got the Eureka Maru, which goes with Andromeda. Here we got the big old DS9. You'll be able to see it lit later. But we got a couple different ships flying around. Got the Griffin Class over there. And just a little bit of humor. And then over on this table we got a bunch of mechs. We got some of the Earth Coalition stuff. Mostly Megas. And then we got Megas and Symbionic Titan. Cool stuff. And then a little last minute addition is a Batman mech. It's the Bat mech. So when the Batmobile is not enough. So yep. That's pretty much my display. Catch you guys later. So setting up my display for this year took a lot less time than last year. Partly because the treehouse takes so long to set up. This year I naturally had more experience of, like I know what to expect. I know the best ways of how to set up stuff, how to tear down stuff. So I was a lot more prepared. When setting up or disassembling Deep Space Nine, it takes about an hour to 90 minutes. But that was certainly the first thing I did because it's my main attraction. So setting up my display took just the first day. I had created a dry run beforehand, okay, how I actually want to display stuff. I got risers and kind of knew where I wanted all the ships to be. So they made things go a lot quicker. It's a little hard to see at night. Here's DS9. So one of the events, just for exhibitors and vendors, was World of Lights. And that's where, they turn off all the lights and all the lit mocks get to shine. DS9 turned out really well during all of that. And there was a lot of other mocks that did really well being lit. And just some of the other, really standout mocks there. I mean, you had a Marvel battle. I think it was Spider-Man No Way Home. He had this really gorgeous tree that was all translucent purple. That was amazing. Of course, you always got nice cityscapes, really cool buildings, all sorts of neat little battles, bionicles. There's been a trend of enlarging Lego sets. So you certainly saw stuff like an old Lego castle that's been scaled up 6 times. Nice Harry Potter village. Cinderella Castle, a wicked cool bat cave, all sorts of really neat stuff. Lots of castles. Brickfair is always a great time. With these animal portraits, I don't know how in the world they even approach how to make this. I mean, it's just a glob of just different pieces, and it all comes together to form all these colors and textures, and it's just utterly amazing. All sorts of cool vehicles. The largest Spider-Man minifigure collection you've ever seen. Yeah, just a fun time all around. So yeah, thanks guys for watching, and stay tuned in for next week.
Hey guys, thanks so much for watching. Subscribe and all that stuff.
If you want to help support the creations and animations we make, consider becoming a member on Patreon.
Thank you for all the support. Alright, we'll catch you guys later.